Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back down Wake. So I had to reboot my computer and so I don't know where we're gonna be. Ooh, we may be really far away. Oh yeah. We are really far away, aren't we?
Beware of widowmakers.
Like, the problem here is I don't know exactly how far this is. Like, am I need to hit back, I guess. We are in episode 2. And we're just missing a couple pages, so we're not too bad. I thought for a second there I was in episode 1. But oh yeah, this is so much for save points. Wait a minute, this might have been where we just stopped. That's not too bad. Alright. Yeah, this is where we stopped. And I don't have a freaking clue which way to go, so we'll just look. We see these logs up around. Now, it's a major statement on just how little I'm into this game that I was willing to mess around on my computer and do something that had a decent chance of messing things up, and it messed something up and caused me to have to reset. In fact, it messed up my entire BIOS on my computer, so much so that I had to almost was incapable of doing anything because the keyboard, like my USB keyboard, wasn't recognized. Now here's a perfect example of the problem with this, and maybe this is just a case in easy mode, but I was by all rights should have died there, and instead the game had enough time to enough delay in the enemies attacking that I could pull off one shot every time he was about to attack to keep him stun locked. That's what that's called. Also, looking at the intro of this game again, we were over there before, is a good just reminder. Most intros in games or no track screens shouldn't be showing spoilers, but we've kind of, even though there are scenes in there we have already haven't seen, they look so similar to the things we already have seen that you've effectively seen all the interesting things according to the track scene. Do I have a shotgun? Because this guy is going to be a chainsaw guy. Then how about we do this? Alright. Just don't like this style of interaction. when I think about this compared to something like BioShock, where you'd get in a room, the rooms might lock down, you'd get attacked by multiple people, they would be running around very fast, and major challenges, major difficulty. You'd have to try different weapons. It's kind of none of that here. It's the exact same thing over and over again. You have to get them with the light. You have to shoot them with one of potentially maybe 3 guns that you can have at a time. Now we're going to take a phone call.
Ow! The porch is covered with birds. They've got all Hitchcock on me.
Stay out of sight. I'm on my way. Don't open the door.
What am I, crazy?
Stay hidden. I'll be there soon. Just make sure you keep the lights on.
And we haven't seen anything with the birds, like, implying that they specifically are smart enough to cut wires or turn off lights. Instead, it's very much a example of they sometimes, on rare occasions.
I still had to reach Barry at the cabin, but at least I was out of the woods.
I suppose you could make this whole game just one harrowing evening. Like, you get lost in the wood, you spend 10 to maybe even 30 hours of gameplay trying to escape it, just getting lost. Certainly, you could try to limit yourself and still tell a good story like that. I guess eventually we'll probably learn if my speculation about them censoring out bird killing is true. Either that, or you can only shoot them with light, or you can only shoot them with a... Let's see.
I have to get the car from the locked garage. It would get me back to Barry faster, and the headlights were a welcome bonus.
This is a large enough area that it could have something in it, like we could have a fight, but also maybe not. Some repetitive tire swings, but that's not unbelievable. Spooky bathroom.
I had to find the key to the garage.
And a manuscript page. Do we go male or female? Let's go female first. Why not? There's no toilets in these stalls, so unless these are showers with no shower heads, or these are all under construction.
To get to the car.
There's also no basins in here, so I don't know, like, maybe they put plastic tubs there because they didn't want any plumbing, but then there's no, like, even hooks if you were going to hang a bag for an outdoor shower. And, yeah, what are these? It's urinals with no urinals? Wait, we're on the female side, too, so maybe these are showers and these are toilets and just nothing is finished? But you don't build buildings like this. You have to have the plumbing. There'd be at the very least a pipe cover that was capped in each one of those places. So clearly this is just an example of them not designing things. And what does this gotta say about the world? That one side is finished and the other side isn't. Or at least more finished. And see, this, I think, is supposed to trigger. Wouldn't that be? Yeah, there we go.
A story is not a machine that does what you want. A story is a beast with a life of its own. You can create it, shape it, but as the story grows, it starts wanting things of its own. Change one thing and you set off a chain reaction of events that spreads through the whole thing. The characters have to be true to themselves. The events need to follow a logic that fits the story. A single flaw and the magic is gone. The story dies. Alice dies.
So it does kind of imply that maybe Alan Wake is the story, and that's the whole case. And there's just nothing here. This whole section seems like it's an afterthought. We had to have a female section, but we were too lazy to animate it. Why not just lock the door at that point? I've seen plenty of other locked doors if you're going to be that lazy. Clearly this game was unfinished. Like, that's the only thing that makes any sense here. So now we have a new control mechanic when we've not even really succeeded well with the... these controls are on the wrong side according to the menu. This is right trigger to accelerate, and this is left trigger to brake, but the way it's curved is very strange. And see, this feels very much like a driving section for no reason. Why is there 3 circles at the top? Is this where I'm supposed to be going? Like this... Am I supposed to be going the other way? It seems like it's a life bar, but the life bar doesn't seem to be intertwined with anything. Hold down A to boost your lights. Oh, so apparently I'm still in this tutorial menu. Am I just supposed to kill all these people? Because this feels like it's just gonna respawn. The question is there any way to get out? Because that certainly wasn't mentioned. Seriously. So you're also kind of in this weird position because, like, now I get in the car and I'm effectively immortal, and I can just, I guess maybe I'm supposed to across the bridge by myself? Have to get out on the other side of the car? And I'm running, but that run does not stop. I'm about to die. This game is pretty awful. And see, I'd have to go get those collectibles again if I wanted them. It just wants you to brake so you can boost your lights. And so when you see somebody, I guess the question though is, why would you ever not boost your lights? Let's just get out. Let's just get out and see if this is where we're supposed to go. And see, maybe if you get into a wall you're not supposed to cross. We'll just drop that. Sure feels like you were supposed to take the car down this path. And that just came out of nowhere. And that just came out of nowhere. And I assume the game is trying to... Click, 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 click. And when you're in the middle of a fight, do you really want to run over here and pick up a coffee thermos? The hugely unsatisfactory interaction. This almost feels like it went full circle. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe what I've done is run. Maybe you're supposed to run from car to car. Dead Island had a similar mechanic, and they tried to promote and motivate people to use cars, but in the end it was kind of janky, and they mostly took it out after the first main section of the game. We really have just gone full circle. This isn't where we're supposed to be. You can see the road is full of junk, and the car is, because of that, hitting that junk. And see, I still think I'm... Interesting jump there. I still think I'm going the right way, but in all honesty, I wouldn't be surprised if I was totally off the beaten path. It's certainly not leaving me with any feeling of certainty. There's a bridge, a tunnel. Yeah, this just went full circle. And if this was just a game, if this was just Slender, where you're running around the forest and trying to collect pages that were randomly spawning, which I guess maybe Slender stole that idea from this, or they stole this idea from Slender. I'd have to go back and see who did it first. If the game just ended when you got all the pages, I'd be like, alright, fine. Then that makes sense that you're wandering around and you're lost. But that's not what's happening. See, this isn't even an example of how I usually play games, where I'm a little OCD and try to get all the collectibles. I could not care one bit about the collectibles. It doesn't matter one bit to me, but you run into them. They happen. Maybe I was supposed to go this direction. Should I take the car? Let's see if we can take another car. Nope, that one's crashed. Okay, there's a bunch of birds that way. If I look up. Am I hearing creepy noises? And clearly the point here is to have taken the car. It would have not changed too much when you hit this point, though. Hearing monster sounds.
The flare gun was probably the best weapon I could imagine against the dark things I was facing.
Dark things I don't even see. And how many shots do I have with the flare gun?
It was the kidnapper.
You son of a bitch! Where's my wife? Enough horseplay, Wake. You deliver the manuscript, and you can have your woman back. Simple as that.
I don't... Listen. Listen. I'm gonna need time to finish it. I still need to write the ending. I need a week.
Not done?
I need a week.
2 days. The old Bright Falls coal mine is nearby. You can find it easy, city boy. The main building, there at noon. You bring the manuscript, you'll get your wife. Not, well, get me?
Yes, I get you.
So, the kidnapper is acting as a force to force you into...
Barry had talked about birds over the phone.
That didn't do anything. Are any of them falling? They seem to be breaking, but they don't seem to be really falling or getting shot. Just the darkness seems to be getting destroyed around them. Flare gun ammo, flare gun ammo. Apparently we're at the maximum. Anyways. I really don't like how you can just bounce things around. Modern engines have a tag you can just click to say this item should have physics acted upon it and this item shouldn't. And if something's heavy enough, it really makes no sense to allow it to be moved around.
I am so glad you're here. A couple of them got in here before I blocked the chimney. This isn't normal. These birds are weird.
See, it doesn't even really like But there's this large collection up there, and then there's smaller sections that are actually attacking you. And I don't even think I'm doing the right thing. Some more crates. Another piece of lithium batteries. Another thermos. What am I supposed to be doing here? Like these small groups. Yeah, it doesn't... It feels like each bird is individually destroyable, but also they just kind of need light to disperse.
Barry, you can open the door now.
And see that top section just mysteriously all magically disappeared.
Hey, Al, I'm sorry for thinking you were having a psychotic episode, man.
No chance
I
to
sent Barry
look
to the town
around.
to ask around about a man fitting the kidnapper's description. He'd go through the archives of the local paper. Perhaps he could learn something. Anything about the island and the cabin that had disappeared.
So you sent him
The
away,
man wanted a manuscript.
which is a terrible
I
idea.
had to try to write him one to get Alice back. For me, the supernatural had always been nothing but a metaphor for the human psyche, a tool to use in writing fiction. Now, it was happening for real, and I couldn't put a single word on paper.
Of course not. He's a character in a story. He can't write his own story.
Barry Wheeler speaking.
This is Rose.
Rose?
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Oh, you sweet, brilliant girl.
Could you and Mr. Wake come get them? I live in the trailer park outside the town.
We'll be there in less than an hour.
I know.
See you soon.
That didn't
Have a
sound
great
crazy
day.
at all.
Hope you come back soon. Welcome to the
Oh Dear Diner.
Good girl.
You can't really do a reveal like that and have it have any impact if she sounds like she's being possessed on the phone. Usually what you would do is she would have her sound perfectly normal and then say a few words that cross the phone or have some static or just have things edited. Then you show the exact same scene again and have it where she's saying completely different things and things are being cut out to make it sound differently. Well, we're not going to listen to music, so let's skip.
Alan Wake. Alice has been kidnapped.
Alice, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her.
You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
So 2 more days for the rest of the
How did she get her
game.
hands on the manuscript anyway.
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI?
FBI just shows up.
Anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay. I'll be
Terrible
right
writing, just adding in a new
Let's make this
character
quick, huh?
on the 3rd chapter.
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl.
This
Always
guy's
pays her rent on time.
stumbling.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Couldn't care about any of that story. This area seems just to be kind of a lackluster design. Certain sections are blocked off for little reason.
Come on, mister. I'll take you to Rose's trailer.
The only thing is this is just going to put us in the forest again. That's all this is going to do, isn't it? I'm crossing my fingers. I would want to have at this point fought these dark people in the streets of the city portion. And it's just not here. They can't design buildings.
How about that? It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers.
And so there's another thing that's falling from the sky. We're hearing some like lawn some vacuuming, and I heard some wood chopping down this direction. I can't open that, but I probably will open that eventually. Nope, he's gonna open it. Clearly there was this idea amongst either Remedy or Microsoft or both to release games in an episodic nature by and thus letting it be less quality. That's something Telltale doesn't seem to aspire to, although they seem to accomplish it sometimes. Where here, clearly this is all designed around stretching. You don't go through a scene like this without, in a video game, for no reason. This is incredibly long. There's literally no action going on. People are just talking at you, telling you unimportant things because you already kind of know that this is just a fictional story, a badly written fictional story, which is probably not the way to do this. You need a well-written fictional story. So if they were going to ape Stephen King, they might as well have just done Stephen King. Like, figure out one of the best written Stephen King stories and just made a game on that. If this was The Shining or I don't know, Misery, the video game, I don't think Stephen King actually lets people do that, though. That might be the issue. And it doesn't have to be a Stephen King book. He could certainly have found a different writer. Probably even a better writer. But having the video game creators
This place don't run itself.
write their own story on the first, and in the first instance, intentionally make it worse. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't add value to this entertainment.
Welcome to... Oh dear. Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
And you can't see her or tell?
Hey, this is really good.
Is she just gonna poison her?
Rose,
Yes.
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey Al? Oh, what's... Oh...
Barry! What? What?
This is why famous people should not take drinks from fans. And I guess people don't know that.
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
So we started with a previously
Back to work, boy.
You started with a previously on Alan Wake cutscene. You walk through an empty room, and then
I felt nauseous,
you're
hungover.
back here.
Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore. But it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jacker. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road. Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
And see, she's just...
Right. Deserve more money. So handsome.
And she's
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner.
still under
What can I
control.
get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First we kill his tree.
And of course, we don't have a
The gun and
gun.
flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
Here's the radio that we can apparently only activate this way.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh
Forget
air.
listening to it though.
The weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here.
Huge amounts of jumps in time. Just ridiculously large amounts of jumps. This is not how you tell a story. And I assume you don't just have to go looking around.
Oh, you're gonna get it now.
Literally another
God
cutscene.
knows what you've done to that poor girl. This is Agent Nightingale, FBI. Get him up, Hemingway. You're under arrest. You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face. Stay right where you are, Slane.
What is going on?
What are? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac.
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Well, I guess maybe here we don't have to worry about the darkness so much as now we're just in a chase sequence. So it's gone from the terrible shooting sequences into now the into driving, into now just running. Like, there's no explanation for any of this. You can only assume that the story is just being randomly changed. It's possible, I guess you're trying to go towards the darkness this time. Away from lights.
There he is! There he goes!
And see if there's something to pick up as far as a manuscript. That's kind of crazy.
Oh, damn.
Seems like none of them can hit me. This very possibly is just a cutscene. There's no way to die at all. Yeah, maybe the idea is that he kidnapped a girl and there is no Alice. Maybe the idea is he killed Alice and people know. And so you can just run into this fog wall. And that's kind of funny because I have the graphics at the highest visibility possible. So if that really affected the game, which it shouldn't, I would be able to see through all of this fog. But this is storyline based fog, not graphics engine based fog. Get a checkpoint, get a manuscript page. I suppose the idea is you'd be reading each page and that would be scaring you. If that is the idea, then the game really needed to force me into reading each page. And nobody's here. So am I supposed to go that way? Might as well just run. If the idea is I don't have any gun, and I don't have a flashlight, then there's nothing I can do. Anyways, so then there's less fear or no fear. It seems like the darkness might be helping me, and I might be turning into the bad guy, or was always the bad guy. But see, I don't know how much of this is the writer and how much of this is the character, Alan Wake. It seems almost very consistent that the woman in the the black dress, the woman.
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a Ryder, not a monster.
And so you could sit there and listen to all that chatter, but it's not worth it. Here's the problem, is I know that I may very well have DLC for this, and I don't even think I want to play the DLC. And I guess inherently that's the problem with DLC or sequels, is that if you don't like the first part, there's not a lot of reason to play it. And I know I have the sequel, too. And see, now we've gotten into this dodge maneuver, which means that the right bump doesn't quite work the same way it did before. And we are going in different places, it's just it doesn't look like it's the same place. And boy, does this feel like Firewatch to me. And so that might have been like the helicopter that showed up before. There's a thermos, so we know we'll go that direction. Doesn't seem like anything's triggering though. This looks exactly like the den, the place you start in Firewatch. I wonder if it's somebody worked on both of them. Of course, that probably also looks exactly what like a watchtower, so maybe I shouldn't be so surprised.
I could see the lights of the radio station in the distance.
So
I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever.
So I guess we're going to the radio tower?
I imagine that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
And I guess that's what he has 12 hours to get to the coal mine, so what, he's gonna just try and hide out there for 12 hours?
Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without light.
And so they make a specific point to tell you that. So we're kind of like in a puzzle section. This has now become a light puzzle game. Might as well pick up the coffee thermos. More of this. I don't understand what they're trying to do. I don't think that worked. Let me go back and see if I can restart this. Nope. Apparently that whole thing just blew up. That certainly didn't animate in the way I thought. Alright, so we're at Ransom. We've gotten 2 pages. We can see there's a significant number of pages left. It's taking about 2 hours in my, well, about an hour and a half to do one chapter. And so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe there's only 5 chapters. The story's moving a little fast too. We've gotten our statistics like up to the point where it feels like we might be a third of the way done with the game, excluding the DLC, but I'm certainly in a weird position where this first game is probably going to convince me not to play the DLC or the sequel. And that's not something I particularly want to do, because I would hate to have a game and intentionally never play it. But I certainly have a lot of games on Steam, so it's not a big issue. But I'd also like to see if the story gets a little bit better. And I do know that American Nightmare isn't a direct sequel, so it might be written a lot better too. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.